Well, first off, I would like to say that it's a tremendous honor to be even standing here before you, being given the opportunity to honor the people who have made this industry great. The Hall of Honor Award is a very special award. In fact, you can see we have our little foundrymen. It's tantamount to the Oscars, but it's a recognition for a lifetime of achievement and contribution to the industry. We established this award several years ago because we did recognize that there are many pioneers that have laid the groundwork for us, and we felt that not only do we need to memorialize them, but need to learn from them, learn from their past experiences, and as is the truth with any great society, the tales of its history need to be maintained and passed forward. I mean, this also ties in with our Save Our History program, and we encourage you to share the histories of your own companies and your past with us so we can help record it for the future. This particular award really honors the greats that have made our industry what it is. And it can be awarded both posthumously as well as to folks who are still living. And we are very fortunate to have some of these greats in our presence today. And that even makes it far more exciting for me to be able to stand here and congratulate people directly. To be eligible, you have to have worked a minimum of 15 years in this industry. You can't just pop in and get the award for coming up with something great. You've got to have some sustainability. Okay, you could be retired, you can be fully employed, you can be deceased, but you have got to have made a contribution of 15 years or more. And then those contributions have to be significant. Things that people throughout the industry feel today. The first three individuals that I'm going to recognize were three very key individuals involved in the incorporation of the Investment Casting Institute. We were formed 65 years ago, but we were not officially incorporated up until the 70s. And there were three key individuals who were involved with that. The first gentleman, a very well-known individual in our organization as well as in the industry, first came into the industry in the 70s. He took a position working with Singh. While he was there, he developed numerous patents. He became a technological leader in the industry. He ended up becoming he's serving on the board of directors. He served as president of the board. And we're very pleased to have the opportunity to have recognized him earlier this year. And the reason we recognized him earlier this year, he was in ill health. That's Terry Lutz. Terry unfortunately passed away about a little over a week ago, but he was in fine spirits when we made the presentation back in April. Cliff Fisher was there with me, and it was great having a chance to share the award with him, and he and his family were very appreciative. The second individual who was involved with the incorporation of the Investment Casting Institute was a gentleman who had been in the industry from its very beginning, from the 1950s. Again, we grew out of the evolution of the jet engine and the jet age. This individual worked for a number of organizations, but he ultimately became well known as a director and the president of the ICI. He was the president of Gray Syracuse, and he was very instrumental in the formation of Trends, which is a predecessor to Incast magazine. This individual, again, is no longer with us, but we take great pleasure in recognizing Mr. Robert Barbero. I spoke to Mrs. Barbero. She was very appreciative of the award. She opted not to be here at this time, but again, she's very pleased that we did recognize her husband. Finally, a gentleman who we're going to recognize, the third person who was involved with the incorporation of the ICI, is being recognized for far more than just its incorporation. This gentleman got involved in the industry in 1948. He has served the industry across 3 continents. Not only was he very active, extremely active with the ICI, in fact, we probably wouldn't be here today if not for him, but he was very involved with BICTA and other societies. He's well published. Matter of fact, many of you probably have the Investment Casting Handbook, for which he was a major author in the development of that piece. This gentleman, during the beginning of my role in this job, I would speak to occasionally on the phone. We would have email correspondence, and he proved to be a great mentor to me because he was a predecessor in the position I stand in today. And I am very honored to make the presentation of the Hall of Honor Award to Henry Bidwell's wife, Mary Bidwell. Mary? Congratulations, Mary. Thank you. Here. Smile for the camera. Would you like to say anything? Or?
I'd rather not.
All right, no worries. Mary says thank you. Oh, there's Henry's picture. There's Henry. All right, who's up to bat next? Oh, all right. Another gentleman that we'd like to recognize, and unfortunately he couldn't be here today. This again is another pioneer in our industry. An MIT graduate. He worked for a number of companies that might be familiar to you. Hitchner Manufacturing, TRW, Arwood. So you can see he was around a long time ago. He's still around today, but unfortunately he is unable to be here with us tonight, and we'll be making a physical presentation of his award on November 1st. But this gentleman not only helped drive technology forward in the industry, he formed a company that many of us have come to know and use, and that's involving ceramic cores. I'm referring to Surtech and Mr. Stu Uram. So Stu is a recipient of the award, and that presentation will be made on November 1st. The next recipient was raised and educated in Switzerland. This gentleman moved to Montreal in 1968 and has had a lot of involvement in various technologies driving things forward. Injection presses, solution heat treat, FPI lines, but he's probably best known for automation of shell lines. In fact, this is one of the founders of Shell-O-Matic. I am very proud to call forward Mr. George Muri. George, congratulations. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words? Or?
It's a great honor.
Oh, here you are.
This is a great honor. Never expected anything like this. I also would like to say a thank you to the ICI for having instituted and expanded to include suppliers and using the exposition every year. I think it was a great thing to do, and we all appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. And that was George. All right, the next individual we'd like to recognize, it was interesting. When I first took this role, my predecessor said to me, you know what? Don't discount this guy. You know, he may be a silver fox, but he's full of wisdom. He's full of guidance. He was of great help to me. He'll be of great help to you. And he was absolutely right. This gentleman is somebody who has consulted with me, and I consult with him quite often, to the point that I say that we have a very good friendship to this day. This gentleman has spent 40 years in the industry. Probably everybody we're talking about today has, but this gentleman has spent 40 years in the industry, and nearly 3 decades of that has been through his company working with to help others, either through plant startups or problem resolutions. But putting that aside, the gentleman's work in volunteerism with the Institute has been amazing. He has written a number of papers and done a number of presentations. He's been instrumental in our technical committee as well as our education committee, and has been very involved with our certification course, process control, regional meetings, and was right now the driving force behind our process control standards. And much to his surprise, I would like to call forward Mr. Singh, who is being recognized by his peers. Congratulations, Nip, because you are honorable. Do you want to say a few words?
Boy, you guys are really good at keeping secrets, you know. I'm in a business of recognizing people, not being recognized, you know. But it's good to be here in front of my peers and leaders of the industry. And I don't know. I mean, this is the first time I think, you know, I'm at lots of words. But thank you very much, and have a very, very good conference.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we have one last person to recognize, and like the others, he's got 40 years experience in this industry. That's a magic number. I think I'm going to go play that one later. But this individual has been very involved with both the industry on the professional side as well as the volunteerism side. He has been very active working with such groups as BICTA, EICF, and the ICI. He has written papers, done presentations. He has even supported InCast magazine with at least an annual article. He has supported the Japanese Foundry Society by doing presentations there, as well as at the International Seminar on Investment Casting, World Conferences. The man is fairly much well known among our group. Key things that he has done besides his volunteerism is he's probably best known for pioneering investment casting wax reclamation. Okay, I think I might have tipped who he is. So without further ado, I would very much like to call forward my friend, Mr. Ron Williams. I was told to change the slide. There we go. There we go. Ron, it's a great honor to present this to you.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
You want to say a word?
Okay.
Certainly. There you are.
Well, certainly a very big surprise, but I think more importantly, it's an enormous honor to receive this, to be recognized by your peers, by the people within your industry is just really something else. It's a big honor. As a supplier to the industry, we're very privileged. We get to attend conferences like this, contribute to magazines like the Incast, do various market surveys, putting something back into the industry, which is something that I firmly believed in. But as I say, this is perhaps a good recognition of that, but I'm moved by it. It's a very big thing to achieve. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rod.